Hello, Cheryl Devine. How are you today?
Good, Liz. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank
Awesome.
you. Well,
Awesome.
again, everybody, I'm ecstatic to interview Cheryl Devine. She has a wealth of information, and I love, 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 love all the information she shares. I personally find it really helpful because, yes, I've gained a lot of weight, and shame on me, bad me. It is what it is. And I'm learning all this fabulous information through Cheryl that's helping me in my journey to better health and balance. So, Cheryl, I'm going to pass this over to you.
Thank you, Liz. I'm talking about today, get the most out of your next doctor's appointment. You know, uh, we're lucky enough that we live in Canada and we have a pretty good health system for the most part, but it's not perfect. Our doctors are kind of overburdened with patients and are often forced to, treat patients reactively instead of proactively due to, the design of the system. Now, a common theme that I see in medical settings is what I call painting patients with the same brush, and who have the same signs and symptoms with the same remedies of whatever the diagnosis is, right? But in healthcare, one size does not necessarily fit all, and results may vary, and you may end up with a persistent health issue if it's not getting any better. And I've heard from clients, friends, and family that when they go to the doctor with a health issue, they're often come away with nothing really concrete. So they leave the appointment asking themselves, geez, why am I still feeling this way? None of the medications that I've had, the treatments are making me feel any better. I'm not feeling energized. I'm not feeling like myself. So what's the path forward, to better results? So what you need to do is you need to kind of advocate for yourself. You need to ask questions. Like diet and exercise factors play a major role in a lot of the illnesses we see today. But in Western medicine, the doctors just treat the signs and symptoms for the most part. And I can't paint all the same doctors with the same brush either, right? So most of them treat with pharmaceutical, treatments, and they're not treating the root cause of the problem, which continues to kind of rumble underneath the surface, right? So maybe the drugs work for a while, but in the long run, you need to find out the story behind the symptoms. An analogy which I love is that if you put a lid on a boiling pot of water, and just addressing the symptoms, right? You can turn off the stove, and that's finding the root problem. So if something's boiling, you put a lid on it, right? But if you turn off the stove and you find out the root problem, so that way you can really make a big deal and make that work. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So in today's system, and I said, we really have to advocate for our own health, keep a health journal. So when you go to the doctor, you can discuss what's been on your mind and what's going on. And you use a journal actually too, to document your doctor's suggestions, because a lot of time we don't do that. We just said, oh yeah, I'll remember that. So,
Yeah.
take a note, write it down, or you can also, a lot of the times right now, you can't go to the doctor. Some doctors you can go in, so bring an advocate, but I don't think you can now either. So
Yeah.
you might have to, if you're on a Zoom call, just have somebody sit in with you. So, you're not, they might be able to ask a couple of questions or whatever. If you're, have them, just having somebody, an advocate for you, and that be able to help you ask the right questions as well. Right.
Oh my
And
gosh. Yeah.
yeah, and being a holistic health and a wellness coach, I've worked with lots of my clients to help, getting access for better energy, feeling better overall with diet and exercise. So, I tell people, if you're struggling, reach out to me, because it's all about making your life the best it can be. And, my mantra is life is a story, make yours a bestseller.
Yeah.
So, and you
I
only,
love that. Yeah. That just makes so much sense. And that's such good advice, right? And
yeah.
before I forget, Cheryl, what's the best way for people to get a hold of you? Because everybody, again, I highly recommend Cheryl Devine. Cheryl, how can people best reach you?
Okay, thanks, Liz. Yeah, there's three different ways you can reach me. Through my website, www.divinehealthcoaching.com, Cheryl at divinehealthcoaching.com was my email, and 604-760-3172.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, again, Cheryl, thank you so much for your time and that great information. Everybody, I highly recommend Cheryl, as I mentioned before. Reach out and start the conversation with Cheryl to get yourself having better health and balance in life. And again, thanks, Cheryl, and have a great day.
Thanks, Liz. You too. Have a great one, everyone. Bye.
Bye.